Vision 4, la télévision africaine.
It's 8:30 a.m. in Great Support, 8:30 a.m. in Yaoundé. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and thanks for joining us on the first edition of the morning news on Vision Cat. On what is making news today, some 80 Catholic bishops of the Central African sub-region today begin meeting in Yaoundé for the 11th plenary assembly for the Association of Episcopal Conferences of Central Africa. For 1 week, the bishops will be discussing on ecumenism and inter-religious dialogue as a way of promoting peace in Central Africa. The 6th series of focal point meetings of the National Road Board, CONAROUT, will take place tomorrow, Tuesday to Thursday the 13th in Yaoundé. Discussions during the meeting shall focus on ways and means of solving road problems in Cameroon. On a sad note, the traditional rulers of Bengui and Kai in the Northwest region have died in a car crash that occurred at the Yaoundé-Bafoussam Highway yesterday morning. They died about 4 a.m. when their car heading for Yaoundé had a head-on collision with a 30-seater bus. Their bodies have been conveyed to the Northwest region. And on to some other matters, an all-Anglophone dialogue forum has been convened for Friday the 18th and Saturday the 19th of August 2017 to chart a way forward due to inactivity caused by the ongoing Anglophone crisis in the North and the Southwest regions of Cameroon. This was the substance of a press briefing that was organized recently in Yaoundé. Our reporter, Shu Emmanuel, was there and our reports.
Following the perpetual violence and ghost towns that have led to hardship and even death in the Anglophone regions of Cameroon, the civil society is mounting pressure on all Anglophone parliamentarians to call on the head of state, Paul Biya, to organize a national forum of dialogue so as to chart a way forward to end the present stalemate in the Northwest and Southwest regions of Cameroon, especially as parents will not be happy to see their children home when schools reopen come September for the 2017-2018 academic year. It is for this reason that the SDF Parliamentary Group organized a press conference at the National Assembly to announce a preparatory meeting for all Cameroonians of English extraction before the commencement of the next academic year.
We have to know exactly the elite that will attend. Our fonds and chiefs, our academicians. I mean, we have to see. That is why there's a lot of preparation that will be carried out before that preparatory meeting.
The Anglophone Dialogue Forum to be attended by fonds, chiefs, members of parliament and all other elite from the Southwest and Northwest regions shall be held on Friday 18 and Saturday 19 of August 2017 in the Southwest Regional Capital, Buea. All eyes and attention is now tilted to Buea for what will be the outcome of the consultation meeting expected to seek a way forward to stop the current economic stagnation in the concerned regions.
The Speaker of Cameroon's National Assembly, Honorable Kava Yege Jibril, has insisted that if corruption and Boko Haram are not dealt with, then Cameroon's emergence by 2035 is a far-fetched issue. He was speaking last Friday during the closing ceremony of the June session of the Parliament. Details with Prince Mulitanda.
In a relatively calm but bitter tone, the Speaker of Cameroon's National Assembly, Kava Yege Jibril, insisted that if the country does not annihilate with urgency the sharp rise in corruption which is ruining and destroying its economy, coupled with the recent rise to force of Boko Haram, with a change in strategy, the country's emergence by 2035 is a mere illusion or building castles in the air. The veteran politician from the far north region of Cameroon, who has been Speaker of the House of National Assembly for over 15 years, urged members of parliament not to relent their efforts, for the fight against Boko Haram is not yet over. Within the 30 days spent in the Glass House, the National Assembly has adopted 9 bills and carried out a number of activities to the satisfaction of some MPs.
No, the session has been a very busy one. It has been one which has enabled us to go through 9 bills, the most important of which I think is the bill which is authorizing the creation of common law division in the Supreme Court. This because of the crisis of the Anglophone regions.
Though others feel their expectations were not met.
I think that normally everybody is waiting for the new code, electoral code. And we thought that maybe the government can come here with the new electoral code. Anyway, we didn't have it this time, and we think that at the level of the opposition, we are inviting the government to come here with the new electoral code.
The closing session unfolded in the presence of the Senate President, Marcel Nyan-Jifenji, Prime Minister Philemon Yang, and a host of government officials. Parliament will resume in November 2017 for the budgetary session.
Away from the National Assembly, let's now talk about the commemoration of World Day for the Destruction of Small Arms and Light Weapons. The day that was recently observed in Cameroon is aimed at creating awareness on the dangers of using these arms. Irene Mekoncho now talks on the relevance of this day.
The Small Arms Destruction Day is an initiative aimed at raising awareness of the threat posed by weapons that have killed, injured, and terrorized millions of people. This is part of UN's development program, which supports national efforts to reduce the proliferation of small arms and light weapons. It has been noted that there are estimated to be at least 500 million small arms and light weapons circulation, and 1 for every 12 people on Earth. An independent small arms survey cited that those weapons are implicated in well over 1,000 deaths every single day. That is why the destruction of small arms and light weapons is said not just to be a matter of disarmament, but rather linked to conflict prevention, human rights, humanitarian assistance, and the rule of law and development. According to Robert Schaaf, who leads UN development programs, Small Arms Reduction Program illustrates that these weapons have crippled economies and impoverished millions. In this light, the Small Arms Destruction Day event would serve to raise global awareness of these problems while helping in the countries where these events to destroy these arms take place to feel that concrete efforts are underway to make their communities safer and the prospects for the future brighter.
We now talk health. Stakeholders of the public health sector and representatives from the World Health Organization recently met in Yaoundé to discuss on ways to validate the basic health care package for Cameroon. The meeting was aimed at ensuring the access to preventive, cheap, and quality health care. Joyce Danangwang reports.
Access to health centers, quality health care services, non-exposure to financial difficulties. Those are some of the resolutions which came out of the ceremony to validate the basic health care package which took place in Yaoundé this Friday. Out of the 3,416 conditions proposed by the CSU, 182 were retained.
We retained 182 conditions. And we place the mother and child in the priority.
48 conditions for the child, 25 for the mother, and 109 for the rest of the population. Accent is being laid on the mother and the child, they who are at almost 50%.
We're really happy this morning to see that almost 50% of the care of the items, let me say so, that will be concerned with this universal health coverage, are taking care of maternal and child health. So it's a very important and very good thing.
Some health centers are going to be chosen and accredited, both public and private centers, each of which should have the necessary facilities.
The essential of care will be provided by the Integrated Health Center, subdivisional health and the district hospitals. We will engage public and private health facilities.
Financial aspects that the government will take care of are not yet mentioned.
After this phase, you have to elaborate the protocol of each care and the costing each care. After that, it will be possible to know the total cost per year of this new approach.
The universal coverage is nevertheless marking great progress as to the situation of healthcare in Cameroon and is said to be on an improvement rate.
National boundaries, Kenya's President Uhuru Kenyatta has warned the country's judiciary not to help the opposition party to throw next month's election into disarray. Mr. Kenyatta was reacting to a decision by the country's High Court stopping the printing of ballot papers at the request of the opposition party. Mr. Uhuru Kenyatta is seeking re-election for next month's election. And we now move on to sports, where the 25th Volleyball World Grand Prix has ended in Yaoundé, with Cameroon losing its last game to France. France, on the other hand, won all of its three matches to emerge the best in the tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, it is on this sports brief that we call it quits for the morning news. Thanks for your kind attention.